Yo, do they have a rehab for car buyers? Man. Um, yo, man. Am I the only one actually? This is the Q's chart. This is the QQQ. Am I the only one wanting and waiting for this index to just drop and open the floodgates, like just allow the floodgates to pour? Wow. We're almost here, man. If the Qs lose this 20 moving average, it's over. I do feel like once it drops below this 500 level here, it's a goner, man. We could see this 472 and possibly break right below that, hitting this left wall here before bouncing back up and taking recovery. I do feel like we would see a wider range when it comes to the sideways trend. I've actually called this sideways trend here. That's literally this top line and then this bottom line right here. We've been in the sideways trend since November, to be honest, and I pretty much caught that very well. And it's due to me already taking notice to the recycled tops that has been actually happening, not just on the index. Um but again, the recycled tops that we've been seeing throughout the entire market, even on individual stocks. One of the most recycled stocks that I've seen, to be honest, is NVDA, and it's crazy. I put out so many gems. I put out many so many gems getting constantly put out, letting um investors be educated ahead of time on what's happening in the stock market. And yet people continue to buy calls and end up in call buyer rehab. Mm. Um, at the end of the day, I've actually mentioned there is a time to go 5-day DTE, and then there is a time to go 90 plus DTE on contracts. Here I am on a put side of things because the cream whip is actually getting oily. The fluff is gone in the market. I definitely said when I started out with my meta position, that, or the short position on meta, also Tesla, I have mentioned that the good news is running thin. Anything after um uh meta talking about, shifting into human or humanoid AI robots. Tesla's still, embarking on this robo taxi, and then actually just put out a new clip, speaking more about robo taxis, but again, it's just a more luxury Uber. And Uber is Uber, and I feel like Uber will remain the GOAT. And they already have their self-driving connections through Waymo. So it's like a lot of things that are already in action in these other companies are pretty much, to me, and it's crazy, these larger tech companies are actually late to the business and late to the game. I feel like they constantly keep seeing these trends and trends that they feel like will pick up and unfold. Therefore they will see it and then they'll jump into it. But then, to be honest, they are already late because there have been companies that have been knee deep in that sector for so long that they actually have market share. Right now, it just seems like it's a popularity contest, is where it's like, hey, if Tesla gets into space, at the end of the day, Tesla will win, and that's because of it's Tesla. Yeah, that's not how it works. I guarantee these fancy robo cabs and whatnot, that get rolled out through Tesla, yeah, we're going to see some graffiti and whatnot. It knows pretty quickly, and the cost of cleaning and fixing whatever gets messed up, yeah, that's going to be a lot. It's not going to even make sense to actually have these robo cabs. I mean, it wouldn't make sense. Anyway, moving on. Um, NVIDIA has earnings. As you see, I already have this chart marked up. It's the upside is literally still intact here. It's looking good, but again, we had these recycled tops that we constantly seen post split back in 2024. We had earnings right here where it made that new high and sold off. Then we had the CES news pop up. It hit that $1 extra on the all-time high, then sold off. Tried to come back up right here, sold off due to DeepSeek. I spoke about this a couple of times. Since DeepSeek, it had made a nice recovery, but again, a couple dollars short from the recovery post CES before selling off on the DeepSeek. So again, we got $3 shy here, 147. I think it was here, and then now we at 143 before selling off ahead of February 26th. So it's just interesting to actually keep seeing this get watered down and recycled, the Nvidia stock. And this is no matter what good guidance they dish out in the sales. H20 chips starting to pick up on sales, and that's due to DeepSeek pretty much being able to do everything cheaper and getting the job done. But I think it's really going to come down to the Blackwell chip, and the you know what is it, all the issues that Nvidia has been having with the Blackwell chip, SMCI getting those servers out, etc. SMCI actually also should be picking up. The stock should be moving if that 10K is fouled, which again, it's ahead of Nvidia's earnings. I do feel like that's another Super Bowl for SMCI. If the 10K get fouled, everything was good as promised. The stock, we could see like a nice major move on that post Nvidia ER. If Nvidia actually, if the market actually respects Nvidia's earnings and guidance, and we actually see a break above this 143, then a 147, and then a 153, and finally hit into 160. We could see some nice recovery in the markets, and it would actually give more inspiration to where we would then break out of this ugly sideways trend that we've been actually dealing with here. Let's just go into the daily. This ugly sideways trend that we've been dealing with here on the Qs. This is just horrible. The SPY is pretty much the same. SPY, we've been dealing with the same thing, that 612 down to this 575 area. So again, could finally break out of this. So again, Nvidia is looking like the all or nothing stock here going into February 26 earnings, whatnot. As far as my Tesla Meta short position, that had worked out pretty well. Pretty much it was just I added the PLTR as well, and it's due to what I mentioned in my previous video. You guys can go check that out. Again, the fluff is gone. It was all fluff to begin with, but I just picked at those positions pretty much at the right time, as well. And the contracts was pretty cheap. Those June contracts was pretty cheap, so it's pretty much an easy thing to just hold and just watch the market react to pretty much the headache of realization that retail was lied to. It's just crazy. So anyway, I got my guy right here down to the bottom left helping me out, being disappointed to the call buyers that you locked up in call buyer rehab. Again, it's sickening. I give out these positions, I give out this education. And again, you would figure like, the moves would be respected. So I guess at the end of the day, it's all entertainment when it comes to the post until it gets real, and then the accounts is starting to look shady. Anyway, uh, there's really nothing to say until Nvidia report earnings. Like I said, it's just been ugly. Everything that I've been talking about, it's just been happening. It's just been happening. So I guess I'm waiting to see something new in order to take new positions. Other than that, I'm short. And I'm waiting for this. This is exciting. This is exciting. The drawdown, it's exciting. I talk about this in my last video. Actually, it was the NVDA is the key video. Again, I do this chart. I chart up the QQQs. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. This isn't exciting anymore, man. It's just we know it's fluff. We know it's just getting pushed. It's getting pushed. It's getting pushed. Again, no one wants to be the head of a bad bull market or bear market. But again, this is exciting. Let's shake things up. Let's shake things up. Are you not entertained? Rehab for call buyers. Yeah.